Hello, I'm back again. I told you earlier that I was going to be back with an outstanding, let me just say a surprise. Trust me, you've not seen this coming. So this is Launch Global, and today on Launch Global, I will be taking you to the northern part of Nigeria with a spectacular and delicious meals that you will all love and enjoy. One thing about Nigerians is we love to try different meals. Today, you can see a man or woman from the eastern, western, southern parts of Nigeria enjoying masa and the likes of it. So starting, we're going to start with masa. You know, I'd called masa from the onset. So taking you to the northern part of Nigeria, which is Arewa, we're going to start with masa. A lot of people love masa, and sometimes if I see people eating masa, I'm like, what is even sweet about masa? Like, how are you even enjoying it? But then people love it, especially when you go to all these Misuya, all those places. You see a lot of people enjoying masa. You can have it with soup, with there's this what do they call it, German stone, the way they mix it with pepper. In the north they call it yaji. So you can also enjoy that with masa, and you can as well eat masa with suya. So in the north, masa is something that is mainly, I think, the people that are well known with are people from Bauchi State. That's from the northern part of Nigeria, which is Bauchi. They are known for good masa. In fact, masa goes very well as well with kilishi. I don't know, you know kilishi now. I hope you all are not salivating, because personally I am not ready. But then in the Bauchi State, they are known with making masa, like good masa. When you eat that one, you know the way they prepare it with rice, and when you eat it, you know that, oh, this one is rich. And I like the fact that people really enjoy eating masa. So if you've not tried masa before, you can try it. Maybe you've seen it from the suya spot where they are selling masa, and then you're like, okay, what is this exactly? How do people manage to eat this? How do people even eat it with soup? Hey, if you've not tried eating it with that soup, see, go and try it. Make sure you look for the best masa spots in town. And if you don't have, if you need an idea, I'm here for you to always give you that option that you need. Up next on our second food, northern food, is nwake. This particular one, me like this. You know, every time I have favorite, you know, like I have favorite from every part of Nigeria. I have favorite from the eastern, from the western, from the northern, and from the southern part of Nigeria. And I always want to showcase those my best plates of food. And in the northern part, nwake is something I love to eat. And yes, the secret is that is what I am having today for lunch. And you can see from the picture that some people can just do it plain and make it with a pepper sauce. Some people can just make it, add lettuce or cabbage with vegetables and egg, while some people just eat it with just yaji, with fried groundnut oil, with onions and all of that. And then I've tried all of that, and then trust me, one day just give it a try, because I know that you'll be looking and like, but what is this? How do people manage to eat this? It's nice. So you can give it a try, and that's the only time you understand what I'm talking about, whether that meal is nice or not. So you know, sometimes there are food that when you look at them, like, God forbid, I can never try this. Oh, I remember on our, I think, last 2 episodes, I told you the first time I saw, let me just talk about this, that I saw black soup and starch. I'm like, God forbid. Like, even if, how can a human being eat that? The soup is not even looking attractive. Like, when I tried it, I want to eat it over and over and over again. So some meals are like that. Just try your best and give it a taste. This is the YK, I'm recommending it to you. Just give it a try. And for the fact that, okay, it has veggies, you know, there's protein, there's vegetables, there is like everything. It's a balanced diet, so you can enjoy that as well. Today I've given you an idea of how it even tastes. I'm very sure you've not tried it, but you are salivating because you can see it from the picture how it's packaged. And trust me, it's not just picture. The way you are seeing it looking beautiful like that, when you eat it, it feels that way as well. Coming up is one of our favorite. All of us, it's our favorite. You can't even do that. Okay, today when I was talking about suya, I have a friend of mine was like, oh God, now you're making me feel like I want to eat suya already. I'm salivating, and I'm like, oh yeah. And he was like, okay, I think so person, you said you wanted to eat suya. Okay, I will on all of that. So suya is our favorite. All of us, we like eating suya. You know, sometimes you can just feel like the urge, or let me say, to eat suya, and you're like, okay, let me just pay this 1k, or let me pay this 2k and just enjoy suya. And again, when we are having parties, even me, I like parties with suya. You know, sometimes you are eating chicken, you're tired, and maybe you're even eating suya and you want to try other suyas from another spot, and then you go to a party and then there are sticks. And there's this one that usually comes in a paper. It's called balongu. And there's other one like that. This one is when you are in the north, gong that you see. They call it tukunya. That one is very, very nice. They usually fold it in a brown a paper, and they cook it in the paper. So most people call it tukunya. Don't worry. On the next episode, remind me that I said I'm going to show you how that one looks like. You are going to enjoy that particular suya because it's well cooked. The aroma, when that meat is there, like, trust me, you want to know, like, I want to eat that thing that I'm perceiving because it tastes so nice. We all love suya, and suya can also be eaten with masa. I'm very sure most of us have tried masa and suya, and you know how it tastes. Up next is dambu. Hey, I like that one. When I was growing up, so we have this moringa tree in my house, and sometimes you can just wake up and we are like, okay, today we don't even want anything. It's dambu that we want to eat. And you know how it is when you want to how do I call it? Let's say when you want to peel moringa, or when you want to remove it, I don't know, from the stick. It can be very difficult though, because all those tiny sticks can make you feel uncomfortable from eating the food. But trust me, this food is something else. You can make it with acha or with, I don't know whether I should call it shaf or I should call it, but then let me call it the outside way. It's called seki. You can use that one to make dambu. You can use moringa leaf, or you can use sour hibiscus. But the sour hibiscus, you have to boil it to just reduce the sourness of the leaf and all of that before you can make it. But the one with moringa particularly, it has a different taste. Like, it tastes, oh my God, you will want to eat it. And there's a way you eat it when you use your hand. You know, in the north, most people, like, they are known with eating with their hands, even though some of us don't know how to eat with their hands. But then eating that dambu with your hand, there's a way you want to use your hand to pinch the dambu, and then it comes together, and then you're eating it. Like, it feels so nice. And then it's packaged with pepper bells, like either the red pepper, the green pepper, the yellow pepper, with onions, tomato, and all of that. I can put a little bit of groundnut oil, and then it is delicious. So in the north, trust me, we have varieties of food, and our food is like, you know, those kind of food that when you see them, it's like, it's not filling, but then you'll be hungry. But it's like that alonga, your throat is already opening, because it's like all this food is longer food that we have. But then trust me, the food is filling, and then it is when it is done properly, when it's properly cooked and properly made and garnished. At the sight of it, trust me, you want to try it. But then we have a way of making it very simple, that sometimes even when you can't afford to do it the standard way. You can always make it in a light way, and then like onions, yeah, onions is not that expensive, so you can just put little of it, put this, put that, with German stone, a big quickly pounded one, the powdered one, you mix everything and then you enjoy it. So it's so flexible that you don't need to have too much money to prepare all this food. Very, 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 very affordable. There are northern restaurants, I think, very beautiful northern restaurants around DS, and bring you restaurants that you can find such food. In case I forget, always, if you want to talk to me, of course, any of the social media platform, you can drop us a message. If you want to ask questions, or you know, our next is tuwon shinkafa and miyan taushe. The last time we had this conversation, I think we spoke about tuwon shinkafa and miyan taushe, which is also, like, you can see that the tuwo is looking white. It's looking white, and then the soup is, see, this, you have to try it to understand what I'm talking about. If I'm saying it, you will not really understand the deepness of what I'm talking about. But when you give it a try, you can see the way the tuwo is made, well arranged, tiny. Okay, when you just have 2-3 cuts, you are done. And then even in northern restaurant, I think I've seen tuwon shinkafa in a normal restaurant that is not a northern restaurant, and even me, I'm like, oh, you guys can make tuwon shinkafa, okay, let me give it a try. And then I tried and I saw that, oh my god, it's they can make it. So that means people are trying it. So it's not only northerners. Learn this out, please. Try other food so that you have an idea, because trust me, if those food are not good to the body, people will not eat it. The people in the northern part of Nigeria will not even try it. So just try. You see, Lunch Global is trying to give you ideas of the kind of meals we have, and it won't kill you just because I am a northerner, or someone is, or I am from the eastern part of Nigeria. I will now say, okay, no, I'm not going to try northern food. Trust me, if I don't try it, I don't know how it tastes like or how it feels like. What if I am in a situation whereby I find myself in a northern part of Nigeria and in a place where there is no restaurant, there's nothing, I can't find food, or maybe I even travel there for like, maybe the idea is to just go and come back, and I carry a little something to snack on, and something happen, an emergency, and there's no exit. Does that mean you won't eat the food that you see there just because you are not used to eating dambu, or you're not used to eating tuwon shinkafa? That is one advantage that you need to know, and that is something you need to learn, so that if you find yourself in a situation or somewhere that you're not used to their meal, if you know how to eat those things, trust me, when you see it, it's not going to be new to you, and like, oh, okay, tuwon shinkafa, miyan taushe, okay, do you have tuwon shinkafa, or do you have dambu, or do you have NYK maybe instead? Let me try that one. And me, like, I can find myself in any part of Nigeria, and then trust me, anything I see I will eat, because I like to try different meals. It makes more sense when you see food and then you try it. There are things I don't expect everybody to like everything. You like some and you don't like some, which is normal with humans. But then just learn to try meals, so that in cases you'll be able to take yourself out of a situation when you even find yourself. So let's talk about miyan kuka. I'm very sure a lot of people know that, because miyan kuka is like, oh, they talk about miyan kuka. You say, okay, I'm trying to make one from the north, I'm trying to cook, and they be like, is it that miyan? They be like, oh, miyan kuka. I say, yeah, miyan kuka. So a lot of people know miyan kuka, and miyan kuka goes well with tuwon shinkafa as well, and also goes well with tuwo, because there's the other one that they use, will I say maize or corn powder, the one that they grind and all of that to make the tuwo. Then tuwon shinkafa usually is rice you use to make it. So miyan kuka goes well with either tuwon shinkafa. I think it's sweeter with tuwon shinkafa anyways, but I don't know, you know, a lot of people have they have what works for them. Maybe I like miyan kuka. No, maybe you don't like miyan kuka. Maybe I like tuwon shinkafa, and maybe no, you don't like tuwon shinkafa. So miyan kuka is, well, you can, there's a way you make it. Like there's an idea. Let me tell you how I love my miyan kuka. When you put oil, that palm oil will be floating on the soup, and then you use dry fish, and then you use beef. That's like cow meat. I'm very sure you know what beef is. It's nice, and put a little bit of crayfish. I know that people will say, this one is the modernized meat cooker, but trust me, when there's money, you eat the one that is nice, the one that your body needs, the one that is more healthy, the one that is the orishi in it is standard. You understand, right? So that miyan kuka is one soup that almost everyone in the north enjoy it. I think people that are not even northern like it. Somebody just told me this afternoon that, I ate miyan kuka yesterday, and then that person is not in northern. But then for the fact that he is in the north, there's a way he adopts to that, and then of course see now he's enjoying it. So these meals are not only for northerners consumption, and sometimes people always make it look like, God forbid, I don't know, how do even these people eat? No, people's food is not rich, it's medicinal. Forget this miyan kuka, it's very, very medicinal. So it's not just because the way you say, oh no, it doesn't have plenty meat, it doesn't have plenty fish, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. Only that green powder itself, it's medicinal. So I said it earlier, I will make emphasis, I will say it today, I will say it tomorrow, I will say it next tomorrow. Just because you are from the eastern part of Nigeria, don't refuse to say, I won't eat food from the western part of Nigeria or the likes of it. So make sure you learn to eat other meals in case of emergency, in case you are stranded somewhere where that food that you love eating is not there. Always try something new to help you. It will help you, a lot. So up next is gote. You know, the north, we like vegetables, like really we love vegetables, because trust me, all these things that I've been calling, they all have vegetable. Masa, when you are making the soup, you make it with vegetable. When you are garnishing it, you garnish it with vegetable. Suya, when you are garnishing it, of course you use onions, you use cabbage or lettuce to garnish it. Dambu is also made with vegetable, moringa or sour hibiscus. Tuwon shinkafa miyan toshe, you, after using the groundnut and everything, you also add vegetable, either spinach. You can use spinach, you can use sour hibiscus, you can also use spring onions. Miyan kuka is also vegetable. You know, like there are parts of Nigeria that usually make miyan kuka with the fresh vegetable, because it, of course, if it's something that is green, you know that it comes from somewhere. So they make the soup, and then it's literally their own traditional soup. They make it. In fact, people from my place make that as well. They make it. They make soup with it, but I don't know what they call it. Sorry to say, I don't know what they call it, but the miyan kuka gote is also vegetable. So you can use spinach as well, sour hibiscus. It depends on the type of gote you want to make. Some use the chaff or the acha I spoke about earlier, and some people use rice to make gote. Gote can be, some people, part of the north call it pate, especially people from Kaduna, and I think people from Plateau State also call it pate. Some people make it white, some people make it with palm oil, some people make it with acha, some people make it with the saki, some people also make it with rice, and some people can make all the three together, and then it is looking yummy. It's very light. Pate can be eaten, or gote can be eaten even at night, because it's light. It's not like swallow that maybe when you eat it is heavy. But then for lunch too, when you know that sometimes when you have a lot to eat, and then you are having a busy day, or you are at work, once you eat that food, you are already feeling sleepy. But this particular food, when you eat it, you are just relaxed. It's like, okay, if you want to eat later, for instance, now you're maybe 12, you want to eat, and maybe around 3 you want to go out with your friend for lunch or something, you can decide to have that. It will sustain you to that period of time, because it is very, very, very light. It's something that you can eat it now, and it digests within a short period of time. It doesn't make you feel all heavy. It doesn't make you bloated. It just gives comfort that, okay, I'm feeling full, but then I'm not eating a lot. So gote can be made with spinach, hibiscus, spring onions as well, the way you want to make it. And from the from the plateau, they usually make their own with cabbage, with what do they call it, garden egg as well. There's a way, and it tastes really, really nice. And in gote you can also add meat when you want. It depends on how you want to make it. So this is the meal we have from the northern part. Some of them, that's not all the meal from the northern part of Nigeria. Just as I said earlier, masa, donwake, suya, dombu, tuwon shinkafa, miyan taushe, miyan kuka, and gote for today. And on our next episode, I'm going to take you to the eastern part of Nigeria. Thank you for joining me on Global